My wife's family called me a disgrace at her sister's promotion party. The words stung even before they were spoken, because I had always known how little they thought of me. To them, I was a man who had trapped Emily, the son-in-law who hadn't climbed the corporate ladder fast enough, the burden weighing down their golden daughter. The promotion party glittered with champagne glasses, tailored suits, and the smug smiles of people who measured worth by titles and salaries. I stood in the corner, a glass of water in hand, pretending the music was louder than the whispers. Then her father's voice rang out, meant to sound like a toast but sharp enough to cut skin. "At least one daughter of mine knows how to choose ambition," he said, raising his glass. "Unlike the disgrace we've been tolerating." The laughter that followed was soft but suffocating. My wife didn't defend me. She sipped her wine, eyes sliding away, as though she'd long accepted their narrative. 30 minutes later, the room shifted. The doors opened, and in walked Richard Holloway, the CEO of one of the biggest firms in the city. Conversations froze, cameras snapped up, and suddenly all eyes were on him. He scanned the room, then walked straight to me. "Well, if it isn't the owner of the Heritage," he said warmly, gripping my hand with both of his. The room went silent. My in-laws' jaws slackened. The Heritage, my quiet project, the business I had built in late nights and early mornings, away from the ridicule, away from their scorn. They had no idea it had grown, no idea it was mine. Holloway's words cut through the room like sunlight breaking storm clouds. For the first time, I saw my wife's family speechless. But Emily wasn't looking at me with pride. She was staring at her phone, her face pale. I knew that look. It was the look of a liar caught off guard. That night, after the party, after her family's sudden, desperate attempts at small talk and hollow congratulations, we rode home in silence. The air between us was heavy. I wanted her to say something, anything, but she only scrolled her phone. When we walked into the house, I asked the question I had swallowed for months. "Who is he?" Her head snapped up, eyes wide. "What are you talking about?" I pointed to the phone still in her hand. "You've been somewhere else for months. Not just tonight. Tell me his name." Her silence was confirmation enough. I left her in the kitchen and sat alone in the living room, the clock ticking louder than my heartbeat. Rage didn't come right away. First there was sorrow, thick and choking. Then the images, her laughter that no longer belonged to me, her warmth given to another man. By the time she finally admitted it, I already knew. "It just happened," she whispered. "I didn't mean for it to go this far." The words were knives. Accidental betrayal. As if tripping into someone else's bed could be dismissed like a misstep on the stairs. I listened, not because I care about excuses, but because part of me needed to hear her say it, to burn away the last fragile hope that maybe I was wrong. In the weeks that followed, I lived in the house like a ghost. The Heritage pulled me out of bed each morning, its demands fierce, its growth unstoppable. If Emily noticed I was thriving, she didn't say. She was busy whispering into her phone in the garden, slipping away for yoga classes that never left her flushed or stretched. The final fracture came on a rainy Thursday. I came home early and found her car gone. On instinct, I drove across town to a hotel I'd seen on a credit card statement once before. I told myself it couldn't be true, that I was being paranoid. But when I saw her through the lobby glass, hair damp from rain, coat draped over another man's arm, something inside me hardened into stone. I didn't confront her then. I didn't scream or cause a scene. I simply turned and left, the rain soaking me clean as I walked back to my car. That night, I drafted the papers. Divorce wasn't just inevitable, it was freedom. Her family called outrage when they found out. They accused me of abandoning her, of shaming their name. They didn't know the truth, and I didn't waste my breath telling them. Let them cling to their illusions. Let them call me a disgrace. Months later, at a gala where the Heritage was being honored, I stood under the lights, shaking hands with people who saw me not as an embarrassment but as a leader. Cameras flashed, applause swelled, and in that moment I realized I no longer carried the weight of her betrayal. Emily was in the audience. I caught her eye once. She looked smaller somehow, as if the glow she once wore so effortlessly had dimmed. She didn't smile. Neither did I. Because the truth was simple. Her cheating hadn't destroyed me. It had revealed me. In her absence, I had found myself again, not as a disgrace, but as a man who had built something enduring, something untouchable. And that was the real inheritance, the only legacy I needed.